CAUSENETIC family.
Whoa, welcome to the CAUSENETIC podcast.
Our brother YMCA of Metropolitan Dallas.
CAUSENETIC means being a person, a thing that gives rise to a phenomenon that is dynamic or energizing.
We're tackling topics and telling the truth.
Well, I'm Keith.
And I'm Rodrigo Ross. What is wrong?
I'm going to tell you, because we're about to go down memory lane.
So you have to act like that?
I'm excited.
Okay.
Because this is our topic today is summertime state of mind.
Yes, indeed. It's summertime.
Well, let me break that thing down like a DJ back up on the day.
Oh.
Summertime state of mind.
First of all, were you even a DJ back in the day?
Oh, no, but see,
that's the end of it right there.
my folks, let's see, I don't know if I have anybody from deep P-Town, Portsmouth, Virginia.
No.
We had Daddy Jack Holmes back on WRAP.
Wow,
back in the day.
Specific. Wow.
So let's go down memory lane. Cause summertime is here.
I have lots of summer memories.
Man,
yes.
I need those of you all who listening. I need you to go back to when you were probably about 7 or 8. I know there's some good times. About 7 to 8 years old.
You know, I never went to summer programs as a kid. Like typically what a YMCA does, like YMCA's come to life in the summer. Like we live, like our whole budget year hinges on summertime activities sometimes, YMCA's across the country. But I never went to summer camps, no summer. So growing up in the summertime, I would get a chance to go and stay with my grandmother who lived in North Carolina. So I would spend time with her down there for a couple of weeks. But then if I was in New York, if I was home, I was in the house helping out. And as soon as I could get a job, about 14 or 15, I worked every summer. So I never got a chance to go.
Girl, you know what? We might be cousins or something.
We're not.
I'm going to tell you like this. Everybody on the East Coast got some family in North Carolina.
Well, you're right about that.
We went down to North Carolina also.
Yes. I spent the summer with my grandmother. And that's where I learned how to hang clothes outside on the clothesline. And we would wait for the guy to come by in his pickup truck and buy all these fresh fruits and vegetables. And I mean, just eat them right then. We didn't even wash them off.
Oh, man. No, I lived in Dale's home, lived in the projects. I would tell you that super fun times. Yeah. I didn't know what poor was all about. I didn't realize that was poor until after I moved out. But man, you talk about the truck. I remember the truck guy had a pickup truck and it had to be, I'm going to say probably about 10 feet high. Yes. He has his slats built up on the side. And the truck is like leaning back because so much produce up there. Yes. I mean, you got fresh produce.
Fresh everything. And I never remember eating anything. I don't even remember seeing a fast food restaurant. Like my grandmother literally would get up at like 4:30 in the morning. She cooked breakfast from scratch. And as soon as breakfast was over, she was washing dishes. She would start cooking lunch from scratch. Like if we had a sweet treat at lunch, she baked the cake right then. And we would have lunches that would be like smothered pork chops and mashed potatoes. That's lunch. That's not even dinner. The first time I ever had okra was in the summer visiting my grandma.
I ain't get no okra until I was probably about 27 years old.
Green,
the collard greens that come off, and you had to rinse them off, and you had to snap off the side. Man, so
and you no one ever wore shoes down there, and that's how they knew that I was not from North Carolina, because I tried to run with those kids from North Carolina. I got about 14 feet from my grandmother's door, and I had to turn around and go get my shoes. And so that's like, oh, you're them New York kids, they feet too tender. Yeah. I said, I don't know how you people are running around. It is hot. They're running around.
But time out though. About the summer programming side. So you didn't have a rec center nearby?
No, we did in New York, but I never went.
So for me, like that was the highlight. I mean,
we didn't have one.
So back then, I'm the youngest of 3. So my brother and sister, we were home all day by ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just thinking like today, back then,
I I wouldn't think to do, but you do what you gotta do.
But I tell you what, that USDA food program served us well. We go get us a bologna and cheese sandwich there. Man, we would go to the rec center there, and I just think about how we at the Y now, we're able to do that. So one of the programs I created, at our Y was is Lunch and Splash, and so young people get to come up and we get to feed them, a hot meal. And for me, Lunch and Splash looked like back in my day. I wish you could see what is called a pool. When I go and look at that pool now, my memory of going into quote unquote, and I'm saying with some big air quotes, the pool, it was this concrete pad that it was circular, but it went in, and in my mind, it got to be about 6 feet. But, I was just a little fella back then.
So it probably was 3?
No, it wasn't even 3.
Oh, my goodness.
When I go back to look at it now, I was like, it blows my mind. Because, exactly.
But that was a pool.
But that was the summertime. So we would go get our lunch there. We go get our, I guess what we call nutritious snack, nowadays. But that was a thing. We would go to the rec center. You have the different activities that are there.
I didn't have that. Like my first real experiences with what many of us that work for the Y think of as day camp happened when I started working at the Y.
Yeah,
as an adult. And I will tell you too, in my early program years, I remember for about a good 6 or 7 years straight, every year on the first day of camp, I had my resignation letter ready. Because I was like, this is going to be the year that summer camp is going to take me out.
Well, when summertime comes, people say buildings talk. I know that building. I know why buildings like, hold on.
Gosh, is it
hold
that
on.
time of year?
They come. Because I declare, come September when camp is over, I heard building go.
It's so true.
But when hey, podcasting, CAUSENETIC listeners, think back to your summer. Like, what is that? What are those memories that are there? And I'm thinking back, and so
my best memories are from summers that not me as a kid, as an adult dealing with kids.
Okay.
In summer camp.
Okay.
Some of my best memories.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I already got my summer camp 2023 memory already.
Oh. Well, we don't start till.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Because some of the schools is out. We're trying to work with schools and parents. And so the babies, they here. Now, most of our kids are going to come in a couple of days.
Okay.
But I already got one for you.
Okay.
You want to hear?
Talk to me.
Like to hear?
Talk to me.
Go. So we got a 4-year-old.
Okay.
4-year-olds, I'm convinced, are people who have recently passed, reincarnated. They come back as 4-year-olds. Because this particular 4-year-old, who is the cutest, sweetest thing ever, oh my God, I love him so much, is really 64. He's really 6. I know on his birth certificate it says 4.
Okay.
But no, he's not.
Well, what
the
young fella do?
So he comes every day I see him. He comes running up to me. I come running up to him. It's like a whole thing. We're running across like Gone with the Wind. Oh, my sweet potato, I miss you. And so even his mother is like, y'all are so extra. But that's my sweet potato baby. I'll wait for him to come in after school.
Well, how bad could that be then?
But that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
So every day I see him and he tells me something different. One day he's telling me, and this is before summer, he's telling me, you see my outfit today? I said, I see your outfit today.
Okay.
You know I put it on by myself. I said, well, you doing big things. You want me to tell you how? I said, yeah, tell me how you put it. He said, first, I stole my underwear. Let me stop you there. Don't ever start a story. Don't ever start a story. There. And he's looking at me like, well, you ought to be glad I got some on. But I digress, right? So on this particular day, he comes running to me. I running to him. I said, oh, sweet potato, how are you today? I missed you. He was like, oh, I love you. Now, you know, that took me way over the top. I said, this is it. I could go now.
Right.
This sweet potato baby done told me he loved me. And I said, oh, sweet potato, I love you too. Well, another little 4-year-old, a little girl, gonna come ease right up on me and whisper in my ear, you know he telling you that because you got them gummy bears in your office. I said, no, not my sweet baby.
You tell me this shorty done figured
I
out.
said, no, not my baby.
Oh, he got to say little sweet nothings to you, and he got some gummy bears.
I said, no, never, not this baby. We thick, we 10 toes down. So I looked him dead in his eyes, and I said, now, Drayson, I know you didn't just tell me that because I got gummy bears in my office, did you? And he looked me dead in my face and said, yes, I did. I said, what is happening here? This baby, and you know what I did?
What's that?
I gave him some gummy bears. I ain't gonna lie. I fell for it because he's so sweet. But herein lies my experience with the summer. Kids always say and do the
darndest things
during summer camp, and that is my day camp experience. Every experience that I'm thinking about in my adult life around day camp is around some kid who has said something to me, and I'm like, what is happening right now?
So mine is, everybody knows I wear bow ties. And so they done gave me the nickname Mr. Bowtie. I say that thing with pride.
Because I was getting ready to say, you said,
what's your name? My name Mr. Bowtie.
Oh.
I say, all right. Because when people give you a nickname, there comes some feelings and some meaning behind that right there.
Is that right?
I walk around there. I wear my bow tie, and they say, why you wear 105 degree? Why you wear bow tie? Because the kids know me as
Mr. Bowtie, and I don't want to let them babies down.
But then one day,
they use you for gummy bears, but I ain't hurt.
One day, a group walking past my office, and they had passed the door. He looked like Bernie Mac.
It's true.
I fell out, and because what you even know about Bernie Mac?
But I had one kid one year. Everyone who knows me knows I love shoes and I love heels. In the summertime, I really love them because you could wear like really cute dresses and your cute sandals and your cute heels. So once again, I'm passing by some little kids in summer camp, clicking down the hallway, feeling real good about myself because on this particular day, those shoes was giving what they should give. Okay, this one little kid gonna come right up on me, look me all the way up and down to my you sure is big. I said, hey, it's tall, kid. It's tall. It's not big. He looked at me like, tomato. Whatever. You big.
Come on now. Look, we walking down memory lane for summer because summer is here. And and from all day, every day for about 10 weeks during the summertime, just incredible time and experiences. And what I always challenge our staff is that, let the kids have fun.
Let them be kids.
I tell them, look, somebody asked me the other day, what are the do's and don'ts? What the do is that these kids can walk down the hall and do chants and cheers as loud as
they want to.
I will adjust to them if I am on the phone.
Every adult that's bothered by
the don't is don't you shush a child.
Don't
let them
walk in perfect line.
Let them go
fine.
that well.
It's summer.
My hallway a little bit narrow, so we got to make sure because we got kids coming in both directions. They all over the place.
There's a two-way street.
Hey,
I said, look, let them chant. Our goal every day is that kid should fall asleep in the car.
That's right.
On the way home.
That's right.
And they should be.
That's right.
Their parents should have to turn the AC up real high because they stink.
Right.
A little bit
Right. Yeah, because you don't want to roll the windows down and
because it's hot.
Because they've been outside all day and then the outdoor.
Like,
right.
They clothes up. I tell parents, don't send them to school in their outfits. Say that for the weekend. Send them in something you don't mind because they're gonna come home.
They're gonna lose. No, they're gonna lose something.
Lose it.
That's something.
Dirty.
Well, baby, I sent you with 2 pairs of socks. What? How do we get a half a sock to come
You
out?
only needed one. Didn't you go to school with 2 pairs of socks? Well, yeah. Where those socks? I don't know. Well, I don't know either. It's fine.
CAUSENETIC family walking down memory lane. What does summer look like to you? Because I know so many of the Y folks and other rec staff and JCC staff are listening to this podcast and you're preparing right now for summertime. But you've been in it. I mean, a lot of people have their first jobs, with, recreation programs.
Yes.
I mean, mine was, man, I remember adult memories that I ran my first camp. Like I was director of a resident camp.
Oh my goodness. That's too much pressure.
So, and I'm talking about I had to run the whole show, programming and all of that right there. And I ain't realized what I was getting myself into right there. And this was down in North Carolina.
In North Carolina.
Hoskin, North Carolina. And so this camp, Triple C Bible Camp is the name of it. And this program, lots of our young people from the church always went there. And so we're out one night and, you know, I think it was around the campfire and boom. I said, well, the owner of the camp done shot a snake.
Oh.
I said, oh.
It's time to go. It's time to leave. Oh, no. No.
And so, you know, then it showcased to everybody, you know, but that's what you do when you go down to the country, though.
I can beat that.
Huh?
So I moved to Dallas, Texas,
okay,
from New York City, right?
Okay.
As a young adult, no previous connection to Dallas, none at all. Literally just picked it on the map, closed my eyes, picked it on the map. I want to move there. My mother told me something about J.R. Ewing from the TV show, right?
Dallas.
I'm moving to Dallas, right? So I get this job and I'm working for the Y. The very first summer, they're having day camp staff training at our camp, Grady Spruce, which is beautiful out on Possum Kingdom Lake in West Texas. But it's out in the country. It's out there. It's out there. I'm fresh from Brooklyn. So they're like, okay, we're going to take all of the staff out there. You guys are going to be out there for 2 days and you're going to go to training. You need to bring your bedding for the bed. Okay. So I'm thinking it's a bed. And so I bring a bed in a bag. So I got the comforter, I got a pillow and the pillow shim, and I got a bed ruffle, and I have the nice sheet set. And so here I go, getting off this van into camp, and every other staff member is looking at me either cracking up or like, is something wrong with her? Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
You had me at bed and camp. I knew this story wasn't going the right way.
It was these flowers, and it was so cute. They commenced to taking us to these tents that had these
tent, like
T-E-N-T.
T-E-N-T. Not C-A-B-I-N.
No, sir. Tent. T-E-N-T with a cot in it. There you go. That's where you sleeping for the next 2 days. So in my shock, I made up my little cot. I spread out the bed ruffle with a sheet and my comforter. And it became like a stop on a museum tour. Every staff person far and wide had heard about the girl with the bed in the bag in a tent who actually made up her cot with her bed in the bag. And they came looking through. I'm so glad that no one took pictures. The internet wasn't interneting like it does now, because I would have definitely gone viral. To this day, people that I work with, if Derek Smith is listening to this, he is crying right now because he was there. He knows. Then we commenced to going on this walk in the woods. And people, and I tell you, the biggest, most ferocious caterpillar that I have ever seen in my entire life.
I'm sorry, I just talked about a snake, and you said a caterpillar.
It had like 10,000 legs, Keith. This was a mutant of nature. It landed on me, and they almost had the emergency helicopter vac me out of that camp because I was going down. I was going to the light. So summer camp memories.
No. Yeah. Let me come back with one. I got you. So this same camp. So we're eating dinner.
This is after the snake. Boom.
This is after the snake. I think it was in the same week or within the same. It was in a couple weeks. So we're eating dinner, and got some meat mixed in with some something else, some noodles. I think it was. So I'm eating it, man. You know, this is good. It was chicken noodle soup. I said, man, yeah. And so I never seen I never seen how they got chickens to the dinner table. Let's just put it like that. But this particular week, it was demonstrated to me
how the chicken go from farm to table.
From farm to table.
Which is really zhuzh these days.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
and this is out in the country. And so I saw that. I was like, wow, I'd never seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, as I started this story, we're eating dinner. This was a couple of days after I seen how they take the chicken from the farm
To the
table.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, this is really good. What? This is good. And they said, you remember how you saw? Do you remember how you saw the chicken the other day running around? I said, yes. I said, well, that's the chicken. Okay.
Did you form a relationship with the chicken?
No, but
Devastated.
I was the first time ever, experienced that process.
Oh, then you ate it all came together for you.
Yeah.
So needless to say, you was eating salads for the remainder of the
No, I ain't afraid of no piece of chicken now.
To this day, I've seen you go to work on a piece of chicken.
Yeah, so I mean, summertime is just so full of memories. I can't. And the challenge is that because things are different. I think some of those stories probably don't even exist today.
Right.
Because of the experiences opportunities that young people get to have. But in the time that we get to impact the lives of young people, we have to take into account that one, they're kids and it's summertime, and that for the last 9 months they've been up in school and kind of locked in.
Particularly this population who has lived through some really traumatic things in their lifetime,
especially
pandemics, and school shenanigans, and God.
And so when we interact with them, we got to keep that in mind. It's like, let them be kids. Come on, y'all. It's just a summertime state of mind.
That's right. I love it when YMCAs are just really transparent with your members. Like, hey, we love you. We value you. We love that you're keeping up your membership and you want to keep working towards your health goals. But we are a kid-friendly building. You're going to hear kids. You're going to smell kids. You're going to see kids. And if that is so bothersome, then perhaps you may want to rethink some of the things you're doing here at this YMCA in the summer. And we're not sorry about that.
Not at all. Not at all. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, so summertime state of mind. I mean, it is all that and a bag of chips, and we need to make sure that our young people have a memory one day that they can come back and talk about. And what's the cool part is what if they could come back and put your name in it? Like 10 years, 20 years down the road, a young person has grown up and they're thinking back to their summertime experience, whether that's being a camp or a summer program at the Y, and they can say, I remember Mr. Bowtie. I mean, just think about the stories. I know for me and the young people that come around is Mr. Coleman. Yeah, I remember we used to come up here and I remember Mr. Coleman. Mm-hmm. That means that Mr. Coleman has some positive impact on that child's life right there. That's to me, that's like one of those greatest compliments that you can have is that I remember, whoever, and you putting that name in there.
That happened to me. So I had, when I first started working for the YMCA, one of the teens that was in my teen camp, used to do all kinds of stuff with them. I was having just as much fun as those babies were. I'm not even gonna lie. I was picking the stuff I really wanted to do and say, okay, we're gonna all do this. And she came back. She's married now. She has kids. The kids are bigger. She had heard that I was at this particular branch that day. And she had come in because she was looking for summer programming for her kids now. And when she saw it was me, oh my God, the reunion. And she commenced to telling this story about how, I did these things and I took them on trips and we did things during the summer that they wouldn't have done otherwise. Right. And I talked to their mom about our scholarship process because, it was a low income area. And that was, especially when you get to teenage years, sometimes that's not a priority because you figure those kids could stay home by themselves, but they're bored too. They want to do stuff.
Right.
She starts telling this story and then everybody I could kind of see start trying to do the math.
Right.
That's when I had to shut things down. I said, let me tell y'all.
Right.
I was a CIT. I was about their age too when all of this. I was working for the Y. That's before some of these neighbor laws
Don't put the wild in like that.
Yeah, because that wasn't
true. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
that wasn't
You just
true.
had a little age on you, but that's fine. That's fine. We all got to grow up.
You going the wrong way with this story.
Okay.
Peter Pan. Why we all got to grow up? But for a second, I was like, wow. Because at the time, I was just trying to have some fun, right? With the teens in the neighborhood and just trying to give them experiences, like I said, that I wish I had growing up because I never went to daycare programs.
Yeah, but you know what? Don't discount also the impact that you can have on the staff.
Yeah,
so this is a young person. So last year, a couple of years ago, young person emailed me out of the blue. Matter of fact, on LinkedIn it was. He said, Mr. Keith, I just want to let you know.
Guru.
Oh, well, I try to be out there a little bit. You got about 2-3 followers, don't you?
What's your story? What were you talking about?
But the young man, he DMs me on LinkedIn to say that, Mr. Keith, I thank you for the impact that you had. And I kind of really didn't remember.
Ooh.
Right. But he said, now I'm a lawyer right now, and I'm still giving back to the community. And I'm sitting there, almost.
Wait a minute,
hold
on.
I got a little touch.
Did they drop?
Oh,
or they just balled up in the corner. You had to blink a lot.
Yeah. I mean, but that's you just never know. You never know the impact that you can make in a person's life. Right. And so we got to be able to be intentional about those things during, especially this summertime. Summertime just brings about a whole lot of freedom than any other time.
It's just the fun, the freeness, the creating the memories, the heat that just. Oh, good gracious, the heat of it all. No matter where you live in North America, the heat some point.
Hey, but look,
summertime memory.
Well, before we call it a day on this show, just so cool just to walk back down memory lane. But we can't do this without our producer, Miss Lachey Leonard.
Thank you, Lachey.
Always makes us look good, sound good.
She's excellent.
She is.
Love her. And thank you all for listening to the CAUSENETIC podcast.
On this episode called Summertime, State of Mind.
Subscribe and listen to us weekly.
Hey, look, and don't be shy. Give us a 5-star review.
And as always,
be dynamic,
be phenomenal,
and be CAUSENETIC.